Big Z Reviews. The Grudge is 2020 is the newest kind of remake, or it'll kind of actually work with the other films, because it's the start of the film. A nanny is in the Grudge house, is like, I'm out of here, back to America. And now we have the story, and it isn't very good.
This is Detective Muldoon.
This is Peter Spencer. Something happened to me at 44 Rayburn Drive.
Someone was murdered at that house.
Why did you never go into that place?
Something never felt right about it.
Looks like we got another one.
So back in the day, my brother and I were really into the Japan horror craze. Like, he would get the films from somewhere and we would watch all of them. And then they kind of came to America and we watched them. And it was, you know, the American ones were never as good, except The Ring is the only maybe exception. But like all the other Japan horrors, the American versions always sucked, pretty much. And this one, I was hoping that it'd be great that, you know, because the Grudge, like, it was weird how essentially the director of the Japanese one directed the American one, and the American one, they didn't try to bring him over to the U.S. They had him in Japan, and I always thought, like, I mean, why not just adapt it? If you're going to adapt it and make your American version, make an American version. You know, and this one, again, they kind of did, but still they have to set up that this Japanese judge house transferred the evil to this American judge house. And a lot of times when the Grudge movie, there's like a sense of like of misplaced time, because like the horrible actions kind of repeat themselves. And like, you know, and then this one has, you know, multiple Grudge victims or whatever. But the main one is Andrea Riseborough as Detective Muldoon. And like, she is like a new detective. Her husband died of cancer and they're moved to this new area. And like one of the first cases they find is related to the Grudge house. And of course she walks into it and now she's Grudge too. And I mean, it's an interesting idea to have like one of the main characters be like a detective investigating it. But they never really do anything with it. Especially she's not good. And it's funny, she's like so rail thin. And she looks too old for the character too, to have like a 6-year-old son. She looks like in her late 40s or 50s. And she does the whole Descent into Madness well, but she looks crazy. But it's funny when there's times when she's having like visions or whatever, she pulls out a gun, and how she holds it and what she does, it doesn't look like police at all. Like they didn't have her do any training or anything. Like it looks like a mad woman waving around the gun, and she doesn't do any detective work. Like all of her detective work is reading what other detectives did, or talking to other detectives. And it's odd that she never does any really investigating herself. She never finds anything out herself. It's all like reading this tape. Oh, this is what happened there, and like, and it's an odd framing of the film. And then you also have other characters like, you know, John Chow, and like you have a bunch of other, like the original family that brought over the Landers and then killed themselves, and you have an older couple that's now doing stuff, and you have the realtor that, so it's like, it gets confusing and it's wastes so much time. It's like, you know, they're gonna die, but like, you know, like it feels like it loses its focus when you have to follow so many different people, and it never feels like that fully get that Descent into Madness, that slowness. And two, the film is just so full of jump scares, and they're not scary at all. They're just like, ah, oh, hoo, ah, and like the CGI they do for the faces just looks stupid. Like the original Grudge, it's creepy. It's so creepy, some of the stuff they do. I think they have a couple of jump scares, but a lot of the scares are more creepy. And this never does anything creepy. It's stupid, and it's so uncreative and so bottom of the barrel, all the scares it tries to do. It's all just like, ha! Boo! You scared? You know, it's just really bad. I mean, I don't think there's really any redeeming factors to this film. Like, I mean, none of the acting is good. The writing is bad. The filming is mediocre at best. And the scares, it's not scary at all. And it's just full of bad jump scares. And it's just it's so mediocre. It's definitely a January horror film. I'd stay away from it. I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10. But thanks for watching. Check out the video play through my head and subscribe to see over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z movie review. Thanks for watching.